Boy, oh boy, are you going to love this one. What a mistake I almost just made. Hello, everybody. My name is Glenn Kirkwood, and today's show, I want to talk to you about making mistakes. And I'm talking about making big mistakes and how that can affect you, your confidence, your personality, and how you get your business moving forward. Typically, in these shows, I bring on a special guest, but my guest is a little bit sick today, so we're going to postpone that show till later on the week. And Aaron, if you're listening to this, I wish you all the very best with your throat, and I look forward to chatting to you in a couple of days. For those who don't know me, my name is Glenn Kirkwood. Most people know me as That Referral Guy. I run a business where I help people set up referral systems so they can get more business that comes to them through introductions or endorsed sources. And over the last few months, I'm aware that a lot of people have been going through some struggles, and a lot of people have been having great businesses and sometimes even feeling a little bit guilty. I really want to draw attention to how you go about connecting with people. So first of all, you've got to get yourself in the right sort of headspace. Now, it was a couple of months ago, but I actually spoke to someone about it. It was actually a guest on the show a few weeks ago, Sarah, and she really helped me through some issues about how I was dealing or how I was interpreting things and how I was making those things mean to me, and therefore, consequently, they came out in my actions or my communications with people. And just recently, I've gone through to a new CRM system, and I was using Infusionsoft for many, many years, but a good contact of mine, a young guy called Dean, mentioned to me that Zoho One was a product that I could look at. And it was astronomically different in terms of price. I was used to paying somewhere between $500 to $1,000 a month for the system and a couple of other things. And this sort of system, I'm getting that and even more for less than $100 with a large email list. Now, I have this event coming up, and I wanted to let people know about it. So I'd gone and created the content in terms of the program that we were going to do. I'd been out and tested it to make sure that it was delivering results so that then I can make this big guarantee. And I'm still going to go ahead with that webinar. But I want to talk to you about the mistake that I was going to make with my particular audience. See, I've been collecting names and details and contacts for 30 odd years. And when I migrated from Infusionsoft to Zoho, there's probably been a gap of about 3 years where I really haven't communicated a lot with my email list. And I was just going to tell them all about this particular webinar that was coming up. And then it got pointed out to me through a young person, Dean. If you're watching this, Dean, thanks very much. And he pointed out to me, said, "So Glenn, you're going to send out this series of emails. How many are there?" Well, there was about 6 emails spread out over 12 days. And if somebody didn't watch the first one, then I was going to send them something else 2 days later on, something else 2 days later on, something else 2 days later on. But when I really thought about it, that would have been a huge mistake. I'll tell you why. You can't just ignore a relationship for 3 to 4 years, and then the very first time that you come to talk to them again, it's about, hey, this is what I've got on. Wanted you to know all about it. And if you didn't listen then, I'm going to remind you 2 days later on, 2 days later on, and 2 days later on. But in my head, I thought that was okay until it got pointed out to me and sort of said, "Glenn, is that really what you practice?" And I thought about it and I went, it's not. Some of these people, I don't know if they're doing the same sort of jobs. Some of these people, I don't know how they're doing, their businesses are doing. Some people's businesses are doing really well. Some people's aren't. So we came up with a different way about doing things. And I needed to reach out to those people personally. So for the last, 48 hours, I've been emailing contacts one by one to reach out to them and sort of saying, "Hey, how are you? How are you during this particular pandemic, COVID time? I really want to know what's going on for you." There were no links in the email, no connections. nothing else for them to do but either ignore the email or reply. All right. And that's really what I wanted to do. And as soon as we came up with that particular messaging, it actually just felt right for me, because I'm about business and relationships. So thanks for Sarah for helping me find out that's a value of mine. It's been a grueling 48 hours, sending out all these emails to people, but it felt a lot more congruent with who I am. All right. So my biggest mistake that I would have made is I just would have treated everybody the same and just spat out and said, hey, buy my shit. All right. And that's not who I am. All right. I'm about real connection. So I'm just curious to know what sort of mistakes have you made, and then either sent them out or learnt by them. So just type in something into the chat bar, because I'd be really curious to know. We've got one here. Yep. This one's a great one. So thanks very much, Jeff. Jeff Walsh writes, relationships are very important, especially in these times. Mate, you are so right. And our relationship really came about because of taking the time to actually get to know one another, and not trying to move someone through a particular process, allowing the relationship to grow based on where those two people are at, being very present in the conversations, either by phone or online. So thanks very much, Jeff, and thanks very much for being a great supporter of the show. So if you're getting this at a later date, I'm not going to take all the normal half an hour that I normally would, but if you are getting this on a later date, then just type in what sort of mistakes that you've learned. Remembering, I am streaming this into the Better Business Place. I'm sure that you're not the only person who's made a mistake when it comes to running a business. In fact, if you haven't made a mistake, maybe you're not even trying or pushing yourself hard enough, because that's part of your role as a business owner, to really push the limits in terms of what you can see what's out there. But it's from that I've actually keep on learning about this whole thing called relationships. So to wrap it up, I'm going to say out there, thank you very much to Sarah and Dean and everybody who's contributed into my life, specifically Sarah for getting my mind back on track to what's important to me in accordance with my highest values. If you didn't listen to that particular show, I'll put a link under here. You should definitely listen to that. She can help you uncover, she uses the Dr. John Martini method, to really what's important for you from a values perspective. So that when things come up, you'll know, all right? And then you know how to go about moving them forward. Also to Dean, who's been in my life for many, many years. When he first started out, I didn't have a good connection with him, but he's very persistent, and he's someone that I've just recently put onto my payroll, and he's working with me in terms of coming up with effective strategies to grow the brand, that referral guy. If you are looking to do that yourself, then feel free to reach out to me. I'll let you know about a webinar that we've got coming up next Wednesday on the 7th of October. It's all about, it's an hour of me giving again on terms of how can I help you get between 8 to 10 new clients by referral every month for the next 12 months. So look out for that one. Hey, Jeff's just written something else. I'm sorry, Jeff, it's behind the light. I'm just going building our relationship over time, I think, has made a better relationship, and the live stream with you absolutely has, mate. I'm very grateful, because you came into my life in a point where I was just going through a lot of transition, and I'm happy to say that the way that I treated our relationship was exactly what I got back, pure respect, and that has allowed it to grow. So thanks, mate. If you do have a challenge that you've come in, love for you to chat. I put it in the chat bar. I'd love to address it personally, but I'd like to see a lot of other people just get a lot of value from seeing that other people make mistakes all the time. So if you've got a cracker, see how bold you are and game you are. I'm sure you learnt something by it, but just pop it into the chat bar, and let's all have a good understanding, good laugh at the classic mistakes that people have made. But I am that referral guy, and I was just going to treat everybody the same. So you can't get bigger than that type of mistake. Until then, I want you to have a safe week. Remember to make, build, and share connections. And I'll see you later on in the week when I've got Aaron, and we'll be talking money, money, money. Have a great week, everyone. Ciao for now.